When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving and your wrenches turning. Join over 13,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
We're all locked in now.
Your home for the best sports radio in Utah is right here on the KSL Sports Zone. It's time to kick off your afternoon drive with Jake Scott and Ben Anderson.
Allow me to introduce the best of the best.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. Happy, is it Thursday?
It is Thursday today.
I'm going on vacation, not next week, but the week thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
And do you get anxiety before traveling?
Not that bad. Not the way you do.
I do, and it's gotten so much worse as I've gotten older. And I'm excited for when Christian has to take his first plane ride as a parent, because traveling with children is really something, but does get easier as they get older. But my wife's already bringing up packing this weekend. It's just like, oh.
Packing a week early?
Well, with like concerts and dance recitals and soccer tryouts and a zillion other things, we're like wall to wall.
You have a busy life.
Until we leave.
And, again, this sounds like a knock. I love your wife, so it's not. I've known your wife. Well, I went to high school with her, but I didn't know her then. But I've known your wife for some time. She's just very well prepared.
Mm-hmm.
She crosses her T's and she dots her I's. And it's why she is who she is, which is a very impressive person. She's an extraordinarily impressive human being because she is very well organized.
She is.
But that starts with prepping for your vacation ahead of the time some people do.
I'm just a bad traveler, so she really gets to take the lead. I'm a bundle of anxiety.
Yeah.
I had to take my kids through security, and this is when my youngest was like a baby. And I was so frazzled that somebody offered to help me, like just a lady standing there like, "Are you okay, sir? Do you need some help?"
Something's wrong.
It's a backhanded compliment right there.
Oh, yeah. I said, "No, thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry. I've got this under control."
Do I look like I need help?
I swear. Oh, I totally did.
Ignore the tears. I'm fine.
No, I told you. I don't know if it was a gift or she just did it, but it had to be right after the first trip I ever took with my wife, and she got me TSA pre-check. She's like, anything
to make this easier.
Anything to make this easier on you. We need to take those steps, because this ain't gonna last if we don't figure it out.
That first trip with your partner is really interesting because you can't really tell what it's going to be like until you go. Because there are bad travelers. There are relaxed travelers. There are leave late for the airport people. There's overpack people. There's all kinds.
Yeah.
It's like going to a movie for the first time and going to be like, is this person going to talk loudly the whole time? I don't know. I'd never thought about that. Are they going to pull out their phone in the middle? Or they start texting in the middle of a movie? Friend, or spouse or partner or whatever. So, yeah, there's some of those gambles. You just never know.
I've got my first trip with my wife, we went to see the University of Washington Law School. So we went to Seattle for a weekend or whatever. And everything turned out fine. There were a couple of funny stories from it. But we did hang out with her friend. She had a friend, Eric, who lived up there, who I did not know at the time was sweet on my beloved. But apparently he was, which I found out later.
Shout out, Eric.
Shout out, Eric. Perfectly fine human. I didn't know this at the time, whatever. I just thought it was some guy, so I was having a good time. But in hindsight, now knowing that information, this is even more funny. I'll put a question to you. So we went out for breakfast with this guy, Eric, and it was one of those places that had an eating challenge.
Okay.
And so he decided to eat a 12-egg omelet.
Oh.
And it came on a pizza pan.
Uh-huh.
And it was over a bed of hash browns. So this is a lot of very filling food.
Mm-hmm.
And he ate every dang bite. Totally cleaned it up. But if you were trying to
impress a gal,
woo a gal in town with her boyfriend, what do you think about the 12-egg omelet angle?
I'm not sure that's my approach necessarily.
No?
But
he wasn't even like a giant dude. He was kind of tall.
He wouldn't eat free at the Heart Attack Grill,
no,
or whatever it's called.
No, far from it.
Okay. No, that wouldn't be my approach, though I'm not exactly Casanova.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a real ladies' man. So I'm sure there are some people who do some ridiculous things that have found success attracting the opposite sex.
Now,
or same, whatever.
Now, my wife didn't say, well, I'm going to ditch this loser and go with the 12-egg omelet guy. That didn't happen. But I don't know. I don't know if that was a good angle. I don't think so.
Well, the real question is, what was your response? You said you didn't realize?
No, I had no idea he had a crush on her.
You didn't follow up with a 13-egg omelet?
Yeah, what did you order? That does matter.
Oh, I have no clue. I have no idea what I ordered.
I see you're 12. I'll raise you by one.
No, something normal.
Because if you were like, thinking it's a yogurt parfait morning for me.
No, I'd say like eggs and bacon or something.
Okay, yeah, you had to go with like something a little bit more than like this dude's eating a dozen eggs and hash browns. Yeah, you can't get the like oatmeal, a cup, the side of oatmeal.
Black coffee for me. That's it.
I did enjoy
like a lemonade and coffee. Yeah, a lemonade and a parfait.
I did enjoy watching it. Because I was like, I think this dude's going to do it.
Okay.
I think this guy's going to do it. A dozen egg omelet? Are you kidding me?
Have you done stupid things to try and attract women?
Not like that.
Christian, you?
Like that?
No.
Huh.
I probably could eat a 12-egg omelet, though.
I'm sure we all have. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, in retrospect, sure. Of course I have.
I don't know about going to that
extreme
extent.
Yeah.
I did pretend to be into puzzles to spend time with my wife.
Okay.
When we were dating. Because she had a roommate who was super into jigsaw puzzles, which I hate.
Okay.
But I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's puzzle. She was doing them like upside down. She was like really good at it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here getting frustrated. It's been hours.
I'm just trying to find the corners. Just trying to find the corners. Leave me alone.
So I did that.
Okay.
We all have a good laugh about it now in retrospect. But that's pretty harmless.
It's the stupidest thing you've done to attract somebody.
To attract a date.
Yeah.
I'll have to give. I'm sure there's other things that I've absolutely done. Why not?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure I tried to like play cool music that I thought everyone would like. Then I realized it was only my weird music. I was like, that's not gonna work. In retrospect.
No.
You're gonna like this band.
Yeah. No.
No, you're not.
Unless
nobody likes this band.
Unless you find somebody who's pretentious about music, and then you guys can identify.
Yeah. Let us know.
Ben dims the lights and puts on like, this is a garage band from Newark.
You've never heard this. That's great.
You wait till we get to the B side. All right, that is good for the call in. I like it. So go to the KSL Sports app, hit the call in, send in your wonderful content, and if it's any good, we'll play it. Especially if it's good, we'll play it. Sometimes if it's mean, Ben, which is a good transition because I'd just like to say to our guy Jared. I hope. I was thinking about our guy Jared watching the entire game yesterday.
Jared is a listener who used to listen to us at night because we did the earlier show, and now the podcast isn't uploaded before he does whatever he does at night. So he listens to us in the morning when he goes to the gym.
Keep up the good work. You guys are shooting maybe 50-50.
We were on the right side of 50 last night.
We were. It was really a slight. Because he was just saying that now that he can listen to our show with hindsight, that we're really wrong a lot.
After whatever game, we are prepping or previewing, he listens after that game has been played, so he can tell how often the things we say are totally wrong.
How much we're wrong.
But you're right. After the Oklahoma City Thunder last night, even the series 1-1 over San Antonio, that cannot be the approach you took this morning.
Take that, Jared. Take that, bro.
Go lift some weights.
I don't think it would have been possible for us to be more right about a basketball game and what a team should have done to combat what I was told was the best basketball player that's ever donned the planet.
And our take was essentially, hey, if you're losing the rebounding battle by 21 rebounds, put your better rebounder on the floor more often. When there was a large contingent, I listened to the Zach Lowe show, his podcast. He said the same thing. I don't think you can ever play Isaiah Hartenstein in this series. He's out of the series. And he played as much as he could in the first half, minus some foul trouble, and then was absolutely critical throughout the second half.
Critical.
Yeah.
He was awesome. You could make an argument he was the MVP of the dang game. Critical rebounds. And I give you credit, Ben. You hit the rebounding thing hard yesterday, and you were 100% right on the money. But you see in the fourth quarter where San Antonio's trying to get a little mo to get back into it, and all of a sudden Hartenstein gets a monster freaking rebound and gets the possession ended. Or, I mean, how many offensive rebounds did he have?
8 offensive rebounds.
Oh, and keeping possessions alive. Critical stuff. And then, speaking of those runs at the end of the game, Ben, did you notice that Wemby was so tired he could barely lift his dang arms?
There were actual possessions where he didn't run the floor. He didn't get back on the other side. He basically cherry-picked defensively. He didn't get back on the offensive side of the floor. He was so tired.
Hartenstein is heavy. He's a heavy player. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of energy to play against that guy. It does not take a lot of energy to run over Alex Caruso.
Right.
We talked about that at the end of the second overtime of a game. Wemby's doing backflips down the dang floor and winning the game single-handedly. How's that possible?
Yeah.
Well, last night at the end of the fourth quarter, dude was out of gas.
One of the other narratives, and I don't want to leave that too quickly because there was some funny stuff that people were asking me about on social media about what Shea said about Hartenstein after the game, and I think there was a pretty simple explanation for it. But the other narrative was, well, you can't shoot mid-range shots. That'll kill you. You just simply can't shoot mid-range shots. If you shoot mid-range shots in today's NBA, they kick you off the team. Your team gets kicked out of the playoffs. You can't do it in the slightest. Well, last night, the Thunder took a bunch of non-paint twos. So inside the three-point line, not in the paint. They took 19 of them. They made 11 of them. Great shot. If you're going to hit 11 of 19 shots on twos, you're doing just fine. And they even on non-restricted area twos, so not inside the little tiny circle, but everywhere else in the paint, they were 9 of 20, which is not great, but it was enough. And what you saw last night, specifically, I remember a very obvious Alex Caruso play in the fourth quarter where they had kind of killed the Spurs with mid-range jump shots. He's at about the free throw line, and Wemby says, they've made enough of these, I have to go guard him. And he kicks the ball inside. I can't remember who gets the ball for layup, A.J. Mitchell or somebody, but he kicks it to the inside the paint for a wide open layup because Wemby has to respect you. And not because the numbers say he has to respect you, but because he's a human being and human beings are dumb. And he says, I saw them make that shot. I got to stop him from making that shot, so I'm going to go guard him. And then the rim's wide open. It's like, I know what the math says. Believe it or not, we're not processing the game as quickly as the math says after. So when you see a guy make a bunch of shots in a row, your natural instinct is going to be, I guess I better guard him. And so he goes out to guard him, and the paint's wide open. And that's why you do have to sprinkle in actually some mid-range jump shots, even if in hindsight, they're not great shots.
Well, let me ask you this, and I'm kind of glad you brought this up because I noticed something yesterday, and I should have asked Coach Lacombe about this as we were changing over. And you tell me, you're a basketball guy. But Locke came on with us and was talking about spacing. And it was while he was making his point about Hartenstein saying he's not playable that Zach Lowe apparently shares. Mm-hmm. It's about spacing. If you're pulling Wemby out of the paint with his guy, if his guy can shoot, right? Well, what about if Isaiah Hartenstein is standing in the dunker's spot? Because then Wemby is glued to the dunker spot. He's not out blocking mid-range shots. He's not even really I guess he's contesting the rim, but what happens when you contest at the rim and leave the dunker spot open, Ben? Remind me.
They dunk.
That's kind of the point of the position, no?
That's why it's called that.
Ronnie Brewer was pretty good in the old
It's where Walker lives.
dunker spot. I mean, it's kind of the point. But for the spacing nerds out there, if he's glued to the dunker spot, doesn't that serve a similar purpose?
It does. And to be fair to Hartenstein, or even Wemby if you want to in this situation, he only took 2 shots inside the restricted area. Hartenstein did last night. He took 8 shots overall. But he shot 4 of 8. So he's 50% from the floor. I can show you his shot chart. It's just really tiny here. The whole thing's bright green because what does he have? He has an A-plus floater. He has a great little push shot, touch shot that he can put up over Wemby. Even when Wemby jumps as high as he can put the arc on it. So again, to that point, put him in the dunker spot. It's okay that Wemby sits there, but if he hits that shot effectively enough, yes, Wemby has to worry about him. And if you do get a switch where a smaller guy is guarding him, Hartenstein will beat you because he is still a 7-foot tall person and he will beat a smaller player. So there are just all these little ways actually to counter everything you see. And I think what's important to remember because, yeah, I watch a ton of basketball. I'm not a coach. I don't know why to run certain sets if you want to get that person's 3 matched up on your 5 or that person's guard matched up on your 3. They have all the sets and know exactly how to run certain plays to get the specific matchups just by position, like chess, setting up an attack, that they just enter the game knowing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, and I don't know how to do that. I don't know that part of the game. I don't know those X's and O's the way every coach, every player does. But like even last night, the first thing they do is they come out in the first quarter, and not to get too dorky with play calls, but they run all these Gortat screens. And if you don't know what a Gortat screen is, it's made famous by Marcin Gortat, the Polish hammer who used to play in Washington and played in Orlando. And basically you screen and then you re-screen lower in the paint. So you set a high pick and roll, and then as you roll, you seal off the big and the guard gets a layup. It's essentially what it is. It's kind of your guard has to kind of run an S movement to get around the screen the first time at the top, and then he circles back and the big man rolls straight to the rim and then seals the backside so the big man can't come get over and help. I will tell you the truth. I didn't know that's the solution for a big shot blocker like Wemby. I didn't realize before last night that that's why people use the Gortat screen specifically. But you know who does? Mark Daigneault. So in the first game, when they haven't practiced that play for 45 minutes in practice, he probably can't just say, scrap what we've been doing, we're doing Gortat screen after Gortat screen the whole time. But when he gets practice, he does know how to do that. He knows how to counter what the Spurs are doing. And now Mitch Johnson, the head coach of the Spurs, has to run a counter to it. And there are different ways to counter Spain pick and roll, Gortat screens, all of these things. And those are coaches. That's not what I do. I don't know how to do that. I don't pretend to know how to do that. But they do know how to do those types of things. So whenever you hear somebody talking in absolutes, Zach Lowe or anybody else, can't do it. Can't play this guy in this series. Nobody can speak absolutely.
With one exception. Billy Donovan and his...
can't play Cantor?
Can't play Cantor.
Okay, that might have been right.
Right.
There are certain players you mostly can't play.
I wish people were watching on video right there, as I said, with one exception. Ben looks at me like, what? How dare you?
And then you said Billy Donovan.
It's like, oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
are right
Yeah,
about that. Happy birthday, Ennis, yesterday, by the way.
Can't play Cantor.
So again, I understand my own naivete. I understand how little I know about the game and trust that the greatest coaches on the planet, because they actually are, it's how they have these jobs, for the most part,
Okay.
know how to attack very specific situations. So Hartenstein was played off the floor in the first game. That doesn't mean he's played off the floor for the series. And then to go to the real simple, stupid stuff we were talking about yesterday at 5 o'clock, if you're not rebounding well, put your best rebounder on the floor. Sometimes we try to get so tricky defensively, rebounding, and we way overthink it. And it's very similar to shooting. If you need more shooting on the floor, put your best shooter out there. If you need more rebounding, put your best rebounder out there. If you need a better defense like the Jazz need next year, draft or sign defensive players. It's not actually rocket science. That part of it is really easy. The very specific X's and O's, far more difficult.
It is funny. I don't know if you're much of a chess player, but that's how I play chess. I get so wrapped up in thinking of what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do this, and then this, and then I'll never see this coming, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, checkmate.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost?
Didn't know you could do that. I wasn't paying attention to that
wait,
at all.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just brought this right down there, and I got you. Oh! Anyway, you can get lost in that sort of thinking. I totally agree with you. Maybe you just don't lose the rebounding battle by 20. And maybe you win an overtime game.
And again, not
And they did. They still lost, right?
the rebounding battle. Yes, absolutely.
But they didn't get creamed.
But what did we say?
45-41.
You have to stop Wemby from getting 22 rebounds and get him to 12 or 15.
Right.
He had 17. Still a masterful rebounding game. But he didn't have 22 in a game that was decided by 9 points.
Yeah, and they got 17 offensive rebounds, which is a huge number.
So just you got to kind of do that. And when you lean on Wemby and hammer Wemby and don't make him quote-unquote guard or quote-unquote be guarded by J-Dub, who we'll see if he's hurt. That's a big storyline the rest of the way. Obviously, his hamstring is not right. Or Alex Caruso, that's not that difficult. Jake, I bet you're not actually a great defensive player.
No.
But my daughter, who is 4'10" and weighs 100 pounds, she can lean on me all she wants. It's not going to do anything.
Uh-huh.
You probably aren't a good defensive player.
Nope.
But you lean on me for 25 minutes, and I'm going to be way more tired than if my daughter does.
Uh-huh.
It's not that difficult.
It's like my guy building a cabin.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. No, you know what we should pull for a drop is that, honestly, that line from Kareem in Airplane. That you tell your dad to go out there and
drag
Lanier and Walton up and down the floor for 48 minutes.
That's exactly right.
We need to pull.
Yeah.
We need to pull that clip. It's a great line.
Yeah.
But it definitely is true. Big guys get tired because they spend a lot of energy.
And Wemby's not perfect.
No.
Wemby is the front runner clearly to be the best player in the NBA for the next 5 years. There's no doubt about it. I don't think there's any reason to argue that. There's nobody else who I think is particularly close.
Well, Jared Butler.
But that doesn't mean he's a perfect player or doesn't have flaws, because every great player has had flaws. And he will too. And so you get to the playoffs and you find out what they are and then you exploit them. I mean, that's the game.
It's kind of the point of series, really.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean,
You're exactly right.
It's what makes them interesting.
Why you don't do one game.
Yeah, right.
You find out what the other team can and can't do, and you work on it.
That's why regular season has always been a little fake, because you do the same thing every single night. You do very little adjusting to your opponents.
Not scouting.
And then you get into the playoffs, and it's every night you could be doing something entirely different. The reason Ty Lue beat Captain Jack in the Clippers Jazz series, that famous one, is because Ty Lue threw his whole offensive game plan into the toilet and said, "Hey, man," and I'm not just calling you that because I can't remember your name, "go stand in the corner and shoot threes."
Yeah.
"Hey, man."
MANN.
Let's see if Rudy guards you.
No, he's not guarding you?
Oh, well, knock yourself right
And
out.
they won't guard you.
You can can that open three, right? You bet, Skip. And then series over. Crazy.
Yep.
So what do the Spurs do now in response?
Mm-hmm. And they will. They'll have a response.
I'm sure.
Yeah. You have to.
Can't wait till the team starts poisoning the other team's food. That's when you know a series has really gotten good. Just like the Jazz fans did to Michael Jordan in what year?
98.
Is that when that was?
I think that was the second
the
one.
poison pizza incident?
Game 5. Game 4.
We once talked to the person who supposedly made that pizza, and he said he did not poison Michael Jordan.
But if you did, would you say it on the air?
At this point, why not?
You think? Does he still own a pizza company?
What's the statute of limitations?
I have no idea.
On attempted murder?
It wasn't murder.
It was a murder. He didn't die.
Well, yeah, that's why it was attempted murder. I didn't say murder. I said attempted murder.
Listen, some mild poisoning is not attempted murder. It's some other felony, I'm sure. But attempted murder? Come on.
For Michael, he would catch a big charge.
For it to be attempted murder, Michael would have to be like clinging to life.
He was clinging to Scottie Pippen. I watched the game.
But he was openly accused on that Last Dance documentary of poisoning Michael Jordan, essentially. But it also could have been some guy who was just clowning us.
Yeah, could have been any random dude. Or Michael could have been drunk. I don't know.
That was always the rumor, right? Vegas?
Yeah, went to Vegas.
That's why I was so shocked to hear poison pizza. But, those days were rough. You did what you had to do to win series.
Correct.
We'll have top three
Real
stories.
competitors.
Top 3 stories today at KSLSports.com. Like goofy morning radio shows calling the team hotels. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. We don't do that anymore.
We should.
Yeah, we
Why
could.
aren't we doing that?
We're not in the morning.
We could do it. We could bring it to the afternoon.
No one's at their hotel right now.
We've got a pretty lighthearted show.
Nobody's in their hotel room from 2 to 6.
Oh, come in early and record it during nap time. I guess that was part of the gag, is you're live at 6 in the morning, so you're calling them live on the radio.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as funny in the afternoon.
Wait till you hear what they said next.
Way to pour water on it, Ben. We were rolling. Top 3 stories next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
I'm out there busting my buns every night. Tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the court for 48 minutes.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving and your wrenches turning. Join over 13,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. You just going to let your kids run wild in the neighborhood for the summer?
A little bit of that, yeah, for sure.
We're purposely building in free weeks for the 9-year-old, so she can do a little bit of that, run around, and I'm a little fearful that we'll just evolve into watching television.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Or keep an eye on that, right?
My kids certainly can fall victim to it. I'm going to have to be pretty planned about it.
But that's a good thing, right? I mean, because let me just put it this way, and nobody cares about this, but if you wanted to, my 9-year-old summer could be super structured. Like camps and all this stuff that's available to kids these days is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think you got to have some of that built in. Got to find something to do.
Be
Go out
bored.
there. And,
Boredom's a good thing.
Go out and do something.
Figure out how to
Figure it
stop
out.
being bored.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think there's a little value there, no?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Time for the top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. Brought to you by our friends at J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, Cavs Knicks, Game 2 in New York tonight.
I'm really curious to see how Cleveland responds. The truth is, and I've hammered on Cleveland a little bit throughout this playoffs, you don't get to this point without being a good team. You have to be a good team. And I know the East is a mess, but you have to have some resilience. You faced adversity. They were down 2-0 in the series against the Pistons, and they found a way to come back, and they lost some bad games to Toronto, and they found a way to win that series in 7. So I do expect them to put up a good fight. I don't think they're going to quit because they had a disastrous close to Game 1, but will there be splintering? And if they do have a slow start, because the Knicks, as we've seen a couple of times in this playoffs, can jump on you and can absolutely blow you out and have these impressive stretches where you can't score and they can score in bunches. They did it in the closeout game against Atlanta. They did it over the last 7 minutes of the game on Monday or Tuesday, excuse me. What does tonight look like, and how does Cleveland keep it together?
Now, I am absolutely rooting for the Cavs, but I have zero faith in their coach.
Okay, Kenny.
I've got no faith in Kenny. I thought that Dagnall would make adjustments. I thought that I was pretty confident. And listen, whether he obviously took Ben's and my advice or not, which he obviously did.
Yeah, well, Dagnall did. Dagnall.
I honestly, that's another one where I've heard both.
Yeah.
But anyway, he made adjustments. Pretty confident, pretty good coach. I thought Kenny was a good coach until recently. But he's still, maybe we play this out a little later on in the show, Ben. He's like tripling down on Jimmy Harden as being a good isolation defender. I don't know what to tell you. That's been proven false for a while now.
He never has been. He never will be. And he's right. He has good hands. James Harden has always kind of made up for his deficiencies by getting steals, which is fine enough over an 82-game season. But when you get into the 16-game season, when you get into the playoffs, just being able to get a couple of deflections doesn't make up for, oh, well, I let this dude torch me every time except for the twice when I get a steal over an entire game. That math doesn't math anymore. And that's a problem for James Harden.
James Harden himself basically admitted that he was overwhelmed. He's like, I needed more help.
This is a lot for me.
Even James Harden said that. What is it?
This might be too much for me.
What is it with these crazy egomaniacal coaches that they cannot admit when they were wrong? What is it? I just don't understand why you come out at practice. And again, we'll have to play this later, but to be like, no, he's a great isolation defender. Kenny, his specific lack of ability to do just that cost you a playoff game.
That you had won.
You had won.
You had won it.
2 nights ago.
Uh-huh.
And how dare you be like, no, I made the right choice.
I don't know.
I did the right thing.
I don't know if it's the fragility of the players where you have to protect them at all costs, and if you throw them under the bus or say, I made a mistake, and the player reads into it as being one thing when really you meant the other, that you're worried the whole thing's going to collapse. I don't know if it's specifically James Harden, but to your point, very rarely do we hear coaches be critical of their own mistakes, especially if it's their own mistake when a player is involved. It's one thing if they said, I meant to call a timeout and I didn't have, or I didn't realize we were in the penalty or whatever. Occasionally that will happen and a coach will own it. But yes, it's never, I played the wrong guy.
Or even, we should have gotten James a little help.
Absolutely. Right.
That's easy.
Right.
Again, James Harden himself said that. All you have to say is, man, in retrospect, wow, we should have gotten James a little help. I bet we could have gotten the ball out of his hands a little bit, and then who knows? That's not throwing anyone under the bus except for taking some accountability for yourself.
Right.
Which he should, because it was his fault. But the coach has to come out and say, nope.
He's going to call a timeout 15 seconds into this game just to show he knows how to use them.
Because apparently that's what this guy's all about. Way to go.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Number 2, Ben's guy, Steve Sarkisian. He's taking shots at Texas Tech.
Notoriously, I'm a huge Sark guy. He said today in an interview with On3, Brett McMurphy tweeted it out, but this was from Anwar Richardson. Says, there's a team in our state in another conference with a schedule that I would argue if I played with our 2s and 3s, we could go undefeated, and they'll probably make the college football playoff this year, and everyone seems to be thinking he's talking about the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
I'm not usually one to come to the Raiders' defense, but they were pretty good last year.
They were good.
And it could have gone better for them in the playoffs, sure, but they were pretty good last year. And the guy, what's his first name? Bailey on the defensive line.
David Bailey.
Yeah. Might have been the best player in college football.
Yeah.
I mean, he was amazing.
He was the second overall pick.
But really what he's doing is taking a shot at the entire league. And I'm here for some spicy commentary, but can I tell you where my mind goes? I really liked some of these coaches' second acts. Like the whole go to Nick Saban to get put through the grind for a couple of years and then come out on the other side and have a second act, you know?
You're a notorious Lane Kiffin fan.
I am.
Yeah.
And even he is coming into this point where he's taking it too far too. These guys go back to the arrogance and they go back to the things that got him in trouble in the first place. I hope that's not happening with Sark, but what an arrogant statement. You know what I mean? And a big part of his problem was his arrogance. And if you talk to people who've been close to him and coaching staffs and things like that, and at particular times when it's not been going his way, his spin outs are largely because he was a pretty arrogant dude. And part of the I guess pathway where you go and you're a coordinator for Nick Saban for a couple of years is he takes you down a peg. Yep. And Kiffin has talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, you get rid of some of that arrogance and you get your feet back on the ground. And in Sark's case, you deal with some other stuff, which I hope he continues to do. Of course, that's a lifelong battle, as people will tell you. But I hope the arrogance isn't coming back. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to say that. You don't have to drag a whole other league. You don't need to do any of that.
I don't take offense to this. I don't think you're taking offense to it either. But the problem with Sark is he has this legacy. You know, Sark has been a jerk too many times in public, whether it's the let's get ready to freaking fight on, somebody said, but whether it's berating the television intern who just says, hey, guys, we're not having you run out of the tunnel yet. The TVs aren't on. We're not back from commercial. And he's laying into this 18-year-old person in their face. Or it's this. Yeah, he's just lost the benefit of the doubt from me. Now, with that said, here's Texas Tech's schedule this year. Abilene Christian, Oregon State, Houston. I'm not saying at or at home.
Houston's a tough game.
Sam Houston, at Colorado, Arizona State, at Cincinnati, Arizona, West Virginia, at Oklahoma State, at Baylor, TCU. They don't play Utah or BYU. Yeah, it's a cake schedule. And they probably are going to the college football playoff.
And the Big 12 isn't a powerhouse conference.
Correct.
It's not. I would argue that the Big 12 has more good teams than your kind of average conference. But yeah, no, it's not necessarily punching above its weight as a league. They certainly didn't in the playoffs. Now, I happen to think they've deserved more bites at the apple in the playoffs, but I mean, that's, I suppose, a different complaint. I just wonder why Sark feels he must be losing recruits to him, right?
Yeah, he must have lost somebody financially that he felt like wasn't fair.
He's bent Cody Campbell stepping up with that dough, and they're not automatically going to Texas.
And there's a world.
Well, boo-hoo.
Yeah, don't take the Texas job. You could have taken any job you wanted. You took the Texas job.
Somebody with all the resources and the advantages complaining, please.
Yeah, if I run a marathon and then get mad at mile 15 that it's hard, well, why did I run the marathon? I don't know.
Yeah, anyway.
Go away.
Yeah, that's
Go
annoying.
do something different. They do have a much tougher schedule at Texas. It is the SEC. They do play Ohio State in week 2 in a non-conference game, which I love. Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Missouri, LSU, Arkansas, Texas A&M.
All right. Well, all those teams won't be good, I assure you.
And you're Texas. You get a huge boost if you're even remotely good.
And he does get his pick of every player that comes out of the state of Texas. Right. So, yeah, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Number 3. As usual, LeBron James has thrown his teammates under the bus.
Do you want to talk about this now, or we can save it till the next? We can save number 3 because we're up against it a little bit.
I have not heard any of this.
It comes from your guy Dave McMiniman,
okay,
who writes for the Mouse.
Uh-huh.
He's got a quote from LeBron, and the end of this quote is really what's making the news. But he says, "I have the passion and the admiration to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy up every single year, but I also have the realization of what particular team I've been part of in that particular year." Yeah, I don't understand either. And understanding this year, we fought and we played to the maximum ability of our team, but ultimately, if we're being completely honest, we were out-talented. Mm-hmm. Says at the end of the day, we failed in talent. OKC just possessed so much more talent than us. You can tip your cap to them, obviously, in understanding that. But you can't get caught up in that, especially when you know you were undermanned.
He's not wrong. His team is less talented than the Thunder. However, GM LeBron, ultra-expensive LeBron, is a major reason why the Lakers are less talented than which major city team is he talking about? the Oklahoma City Thunder, not notoriously the free agent destination that it could be.
So I hate that argument so much when somebody says something and then they go, well, he's right. Britton tells a great story. He was playing for Orlando, Britton Johnson. He's playing for Orlando, and then the year comes to an end, and T-Mac goes on some TV or radio or something, and he starts to complain about how crappy his team was. Like, they ask him basically, like, oh, why aren't you guys still playing? And he's like, oh, have you seen these idiots that I have to play with? And Britton will tell you, those comments were not received well.
Oh, I'm sure these are not received well.
They
are
not received well in the slightest. There's no way that AR reads those comments and doesn't come away with, he has some nerve.
Well, and again,
why would you say that?
Again, LeBron truly gets a say in every move that gets made with LA, with the exception of one big one, and that was the Luka trade. And Luka is the best player on the Lakers. So along those lines, the reason they are where they are is because LeBron said, we've got to go get Anthony Davis, or we've got to trade Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for Russell Westbrook.
They got to sign Hot Dog instead of
Alex Caruso.
Yes, Alex Caruso.
He's him.
He's him.
Hot dog!
All of these things, LeBron has at least a hand in, if not overreaching control of.
Who's Hot Dog's agent again?
Clutch.
Yeah,
well, it
sure,
was before
sure
he went
is.
to Turkey.
Oh, yeah, then they cut him.
Hello. Adele might have said, I don't travel there.
They got him.
My money's no good there.
No. So, yeah, I agree with you. No, I do think it's his fault. But why can't you just say, hey, again, it's how he says things that is just so offensive, in my opinion. All he has to say is, you're seeing it now, too. Oklahoma City's really good. What a great team.
Yeah. If my wife goes to somebody else's house and says, man, I love the paint job there. That's a better paint job than we have in our house. And I painted it. And I just said, well, yeah, our house just isn't painted as well. What do you want me to do? It's like, well, I painted the house. It's my fault. That is my fault.
If Jake says, look, I just can't eat the 12-egg omelet.
Right.
Yeah. Which I can't.
Which you can't.
Which is certainly not with the hash browns either. I mean, this guy was.
Yeah. Own it down.
This guy was really motivated.
What do you put on your eggs? Hash browns?
He really thought like some. I like ketchup, but I'm not ketchup breakfast guy. So I give me some salt, and I hope they're greasy.
Christian?
Yeah, mainly just plain. I hope they're crispy. You know, I don't like them when they're soggy. They got to be a little crispy.
And
salt and pepper.
If the egg yolk gets in there, I don't hate it.
Or if there's gravy from like perhaps biscuits and gravy on there.
You gravy guys. You just love gravy on everything.
So good. Of course. I mean, that Southern gravy, too, is pretty good.
You know what's better than hash browns? If you do fries instead and then brown gravy and cheese curds on top.
I should have suggested.
And go to Canada and eat the whole thing?
In Toronto.
Do people eat poutine for breakfast?
Any time of the day.
No. Dude, that's only if you're intoxicated.
If I really.
Like the Canadians. Always intoxicated.
If I've
learned anything from the NHL.
If I knew that dude was sweet on my wife at the time, I would have suggested we go running or something after.
Yeah,
you know, like, let's go jog
By the
around.
way, so I'm looking at my calendar, looking at the schedule for today. We're doing a 5K.
We're doing a run. Let's get after it.
We'll see you there.
My wife would be, I've never seen you run before. Well, we're running today.
Feeling good today.
It's going to get real.
Oh, you didn't know? I love to run on vacation.
Love it. It's what I do. More next. Jacob Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving and your wrenches turning. Join over 13,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
All systems go. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson. Now, every day from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, I have a prediction for you.
Okay.
We're watching dunk videos. That's pretty cool, like famous dunks.
Yeah, famous playoff dunks.
But you were just we just saw one where Paul George dunked over Birdman, and LeBron, who was Birdman's teammate, high-fived Paul George. Remember the Pacers in the Heat had a thing for a while? LeBron's high-fiving Paul George for dunking on his guy. This is my prediction, because you saw that LeBron said he's not taking a haircut. He wants to be paid what he's worth or whatever. He's gonna end up on the Clippers.
Just for the payday.
That's my prediction. Not just the payday. He doesn't want to leave LA.
Correct.
So, and the Lakers don't want him back, and they certainly don't want him back at like a $40 million price tag. But you know what the Clippers need to do? They got to sell seats in that vacant,
for sure,
crazy arena, which LeBron will do. And again, he doesn't want to leave LA because he's an LA guy.
There's a couple of dinosaur rosters that are.
He's going to the Clippers,
this
dude.
Summer. Clippers would be one and could absolutely be one. Warriors are a dinosaur roster, even if they were to do something crazy and go out and get Giannis. I just feel like they're going to be old and slow,
but
that are not going to be fun to watch.
Tell me, why do the geezers take the vet minimum? Because LeBron said that he doesn't want to take the vet minimum. That's his thing. Why do the geezers why do they?
Go win a title.
Because good teams are capped out and can't afford them to pay anything. So they play for the league minimum so they can be on a good team to try and win.
Peyton, Mailman, lots of guys.
Lots of guys have done it. Remember what, like David West?
David West, yeah, good example. Left New
Orleans and went on a minimum deal to play for the Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. The reason they do it is because capped out teams can sign vet minimum players.
Yeah.
So by taking the vet minimum off the table, he's totally limited to who he can actually play for. And the Clippers could find a way to get under the cap to sign LeBron. I bet you.
And as we were just explaining, he's one of the reasons why the Lakers are very flawed. And in fact, he might be the main reason, not because he's the least talented player on the team. He's not. He's a top 3 player on the team.
No, he was throwing others under the bus when he said they were under-talented.
But the problem is he is one of the most overpaid players in the NBA.
At the moment.
Yeah. When you make $50+ million at 41 years old, despite the fact that he averages 25 and 5 or more than that, and is still as talented offensively as he is, he doesn't do much defensively, So when you're paying a guy to be a one-sided player, as good as he is, $50 million, it's basically impossible to build a good team around him.
Do you want to hear a hilarious stat? Do you know he did lead the league in at least one category this year?
What was that?
Fast break points.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you start every possession in a half court.
I was going to say, Ben, is that because he's a 41-year-old guy who's super getting after it in transition?
No, leak out guy.
Or is that guy who never got back on defense in the first place?
He plays between the 3-point lines. He doesn't really break the arc a whole lot. And so when there is a steal, he's leaking out.
It's a fun way to pad your box score.
Yeah, good way to get some points.
All right, coming up next, we are going to talk some NHL playoffs. Luke Fox is going to be on the show. He's a writer for Sportsnet, and we'll get a little preview of the conference finals, or not preview, I guess, but a little analysis on the conference finals.
I also want to know what he thinks about Austin Matthews potentially coming to Utah.
Stay tuned. Luke Fox coming up next, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
Summer is all about freedom, fun, and growing up. And between the ages of 9 and 13, kids are starting to form their views about alcohol. With more independence, their still developing brains need more guidance and support than ever. That's why summer is the perfect time to stay connected and plan fun, safe family activities together. Research shows kids who spend quality time with their parents doing what they enjoy are less likely to drink underage. And when kids feel close to you, they're more likely to listen, especially when you set clear expectations. In fact, kids who drink before 15 are far more likely to struggle with alcohol later. This summer, create a no-bummer summer with fun, alcohol-free activities for your kids. Go to summer.parentsempowered.org to take a quick quiz and discover ideas tailored to your family. A little time together can make a big difference. For more information and to learn more about how to prevent underage drinking, visit parentsempowered.org.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving and your wrenches turning. Join over 13,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter X.com/AI.